We have all these incredible scientific advances for your health and for the way you look. And I think if you use them in the right way, it's a beautiful thing.
During the 1990s, Everybody Loves Raymond quickly gained popularity among audiences due to its relatable plots and comedic characters, becoming a major success. However, behind the scenes, the atmosphere was not always as cheerful as it appeared on screen. The show held some dark moments and concealed truths. One intriguing aspect of the series was what Patricia Heaton kept concealed while filming. Join us as we unravel the secret behind the scenes of Everybody Loves Raymond. Comedian Ray Romano created the show specifically for CBS, drawing heavily from his personal life. The plot follows Ray Barone, a sports writer living with his wife Debra and their 3 children. The comedic tension is elevated by the close presence of Ray's intrusive parents and his jealous, brooding brother, making it one of the most notable sitcoms of the 1990s. Over its 9-season run, Everybody Loves Raymond earned 15 Emmy Awards, solidifying its place in television history. Despite its acclaim, various behind-the-scenes developments went largely unnoticed by the general public, such as unexpected casting changes and off-screen drama, which offer fascinating insights into the show's evolution. Interestingly, Ray Romano didn't even like the title of the show at first. In the original opening sequence, Ray introduces his family as they stand on a moving belt outside their home, ending with Robert declaring, "Everybody loves Raymond." The title was inspired by a comment made by Ray's real-life brother, which CBS adopted as a placeholder. While Romano initially feared it would invite criticism, the title grew on him as the show received critical acclaim and numerous awards. The show's popularity reached such heights that Everybody Hates Chris even made a joke referencing the now-famous name. Another hidden fact is that the children's names were changed. Sitcoms often include kids to depict family life dynamics, though The King of Queens famously did not. For Everybody Loves Raymond, Romano took inspiration from his real family when developing the kids' characters. At the time of the pilot, Romano had 3 children, a daughter named Alexandra and twin sons Gregory and Matthew. These names were used initially, but Romano later grew concerned about the blurred lines between his real and fictional lives. As a result, the boys' names were changed to Michael and Jeffrey, while the daughter's name, Ally, stayed the same. This helped Romano maintain a balance between authenticity and creative storytelling, preserving both the show's artistic integrity and his family's privacy. Even more subtly, the children were also replaced with different actors. While not heavily featured, their presence added to the family dynamic. In the pilot, Ray and Debra's twins were played by real-life brothers Justin and Drew Ferreira. However, as the show progressed and the Ferreira twins matured, producers decided to recast the roles. The replacements were Sawyer and Sullivan Sweeten, real-life twin brothers of Madeline Sweeten, who played Ally. This shift went largely unnoticed but sparked fan speculation due to the children's limited resemblance to Ray, leading to light-hearted theories among dedicated viewers. The Sweeten twins brought a natural sibling chemistry to the show, enriching its portrayal of family life. Behind the scenes, Brad Garrett, who played Ray's brother Robert, struggled with alcoholism. Despite his brilliant portrayal of Robert, earning him 3 Emmy Awards, Garrett battled personal demons. He later revealed that during the early part of the series, he was a high-functioning alcoholic and even performed scenes while intoxicated. Recognizing the danger to his life and career, he chose to quit drinking before the first season ended. His candid admission highlighted the resilience and strength it took to face his struggles head-on, serving as a powerful reminder of the human challenges behind television success. Garrett was also at the center of a wage dispute. As Everybody Loves Raymond soared in popularity, discrepancies in compensation became apparent. In 2003, Ray Romano became the highest-paid actor on TV, earning $1.8 million per episode, plus residuals. In contrast, Garrett was making only $160,000 per episode. Frustrated by the imbalance, he temporarily walked away from the show. Several other cast members joined him, demanding better pay. After a brief standoff, the cast renegotiated and returned, but the incident underscored the tension and inequality that can exist even on beloved shows. Though Everybody Loves Raymond appeared light-hearted and wholesome on the surface, the stories behind its creation, ranging from personal battles and hidden changes to industry conflicts, add rich, complex layers to its legacy. Disputes behind the scenes are not uncommon, even on the sets of widely acclaimed and successful sitcoms that mirror the dynamics of real families. In Everybody Loves Raymond, some of these disagreements stem from differing political stances. Patricia Heaton, known for portraying Debra, was outspoken about her staunch conservative beliefs, which occasionally clashed with her co-star Peter Boyle's more liberal viewpoints. However, Heaton emphasized that despite their differences, their interactions remained consistently respectful and good-natured, often engaging in light-hearted banter rather than heated debates. She deeply admired Boyle, as reflected in her attendance at his funeral in 2006 and her acknowledgement of the support he offered her during her struggles with sobriety. Interestingly, Patricia Heaton's real-life father, Chuck Heaton, was subtly included in the show through a clever Easter egg. Chuck, a respected journalist for the Cleveland Plain Dealer for over 5 decades, inspired a small tribute in an episode where Debra, played by Patricia, mentions a co-worker of Ray's named Chuck Heaton. This was a nod to her real-life family, as Ray's character is also a journalist, creating a charming parallel between fiction and reality. Patricia Heaton also faced personal challenges during filming, including concealing 2 unplanned pregnancies. Already a mother of 3, she became pregnant twice during the show's run. Since these pregnancies couldn't be written into the storyline, producers had to hide them using clever techniques, such as positioning her behind large props, dressing her in loose-fitting clothes, and using strategic camera angles. Their success in concealing the pregnancies was so effective that most viewers never noticed. In 2009, Heaton faced legal trouble when her former assistant, Jennifer Lee, filed a lawsuit against her. Lee alleged that Heaton failed to pay her fairly for extra hours worked, violating California's labor laws. Lee claimed she was owed $742 and took legal action. Though Heaton and her legal team remained mostly silent on the matter, the lawsuit served as a reminder that even wealthy and high-profile individuals are still accountable to labor regulations. Much of the show's content was rooted in real-life experiences. While Ray Romano's personal life inspired many storylines, Everybody Loves Raymond also incorporated real arguments and humorous moments from the lives of the writing team. Creator Philip Rosenthal once admitted that an episode stemmed directly from a marital disagreement over a can opener. In fact, the writers ended the show not due to declining ratings, but because they felt creatively spent. Rosenthal joked that continuing would require them to have more fights with their spouses just to find new material. Peter Boyle, who played the grumpy and blunt Frank Barone, landed the role thanks to an amusing coincidence. In real life, Boyle's personality was reportedly quite different from the character he portrayed. On the day he met with Romano and Rosenthal at Universal Studios, he brought his entire family along and faced multiple obstacles: trouble with security, parking issues, and entering the wrong building. By the time he arrived, Boyle was visibly irritated. Ironically, this grumpy demeanor convinced the creators that he was perfect for the role. His portrayal earned him 7 consecutive Emmy nominations and made Frank Barone a standout character in the series. In 2002, Boyle was diagnosed with cancer, a fact he chose to keep private from the cast and crew. He confided only in close family and a select few, including his on-screen wife, Doris Roberts. When he asked her whether he should tell others, Roberts advised him not to, saying, "No, you don't need to be treated as if you are terminally ill. What you need is for them to keep writing material for your character." Following her advice, Boyle continued working without revealing his condition. Sadly, his life came to an end in 2006 due to cancer and heart disease at the age of 71. Although he passed away shortly after the show's conclusion, his legacy as a brilliant performer remains intact. His final film appearance, All Roads Lead Home, was released posthumously in 2008, serving as one last tribute to an extraordinary career. The show Everybody Loves Raymond didn't sit well with everyone, especially not with Ray Romano's real-life brother, Rich. While the use of real-life stories made the sitcom relatable and grounded, it also led to unintended consequences. Rich, a law enforcement officer like Robert in the show, found himself the subject of ridicule from fellow officers. In an interview, Ray revealed that Rich had a reputation for borrowing items from colleagues, which became a source of mockery once similar incidents were reflected humorously on screen. Although the show drew heavily from real-life anecdotes for comedic effect, those who inspired the stories sometimes faced real-world embarrassment. The popularity of Robert, Raymond's older brother, led the show's creators to develop a proposal for a spin-off series. Fans were especially fond of Robert's awkward charm and dry wit, prompting Phil Rosenthal and CBS to explore the idea of a new show centered on him. The proposed storyline would follow Robert moving to Philadelphia and becoming a gym teacher, offering a fresh setting and new comedic opportunities. Although CBS showed interest, negotiations fell through, and the project never came to life, despite its potential to resonate with a wide audience. Patricia Heaton, who played Debra Barone, portrayed the archetypal overburdened sitcom mom with realism and wit. Her character often felt overwhelmed by the demands of parenting and the constant intrusion from her in-laws. Similar to other female leads of 1990s sitcoms, Debra's efforts frequently went unrecognized, adding to her character's depth. Heaton's performance earned her critical acclaim, including 2 Emmy Awards for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series in 2000-2001, and nominations every year from 1999 to 2005. When the series concluded its 9-year run, Heaton was deeply emotional. She cried so much during the final rehearsal that she lost her voice, forcing a delay in taping the last episode, which was being filmed before a live audience. Her response reflected the strong bond formed among the cast and the importance the show held in her life. Following the series, Heaton found a new TV family with a role as Frankie Heck on The Middle from 2009 to 2018. She later authored a book, advocated for causes she believed in, and starred in Carol's second act from 2019 to 2020. Her career continued to evolve, but her time on Everybody Loves Raymond remained a defining chapter. Not all cast members were part of the original vision. Maggie Wheeler, known to fans as Linda, a friend of the Barone family, initially auditioned for the role of Debra. Though she came close to landing it, CBS felt she wasn't quite right for the part and cast Patricia Heaton instead. Still, they appreciated Wheeler's talent and offered her a recurring role. Her character was well received and became a cherished part of the show. Tragically, Doris Roberts, who played the overbearing but lovable Marie Barone, passed away in April 2016 at the age of 90. Her acting career spanned over 6 decades and included roles in film and television beyond Everybody Loves Raymond, such as Mrs. Miracle and Grandma's Witness Protection. She won 5 Emmy Awards and a Screen Actors Guild Award, leaving behind a rich legacy in the entertainment world. Ray Romano's big break came through The Late Show with David Letterman. Before achieving television fame, Romano worked as a stand-up comedian for 12 years and even held a job delivering couches to make ends meet. His appearance on The Late Show caught the attention of the producers, and Letterman Production Company took an interest in developing a sitcom around him. That opportunity led to the creation of Everybody Loves Raymond. The show's title, ironically, was inspired by a comment from Ray's real brother, who jokingly expressed jealousy after Ray won a Cable AC award. Though Romano initially disliked the title, fearing backlash, it stuck and ultimately became iconic. Everybody Loves Raymond ran for 9 seasons, not 11, as sometimes misreported, earned 15 Primetime Emmy Awards, including Outstanding Comedy Series in 2003 and 2005, and was ranked 60th on TV Guide's list of the greatest TV shows of all time. Produced by David Letterman and heavily inspired by Romano's life in Seinfeld, the show remains a beloved staple of sitcom history. Now that the behind-the-scenes stories have been revealed, one can appreciate even more the creativity, personal sacrifice, and effort that brought Everybody Loves Raymond to life. Production and legacy of Everybody Loves Raymond. The production of Everybody Loves Raymond followed a consistent weekly routine, typical of many multi-camera sitcoms. Each episode began with script readings and rehearsals by the cast on Mondays, followed by further rehearsals and script revisions on Tuesdays. On Wednesdays, CBS executives would evaluate the performances, and Thursdays were reserved for camera blocking and setup. Finally, filming took place on Fridays. Writers often began their sessions by sharing personal stories, which frequently inspired episode plots. According to series creator Phil Rosenthal, these brainstorming sessions involved extensive discussions before solidifying the narrative. Director Ken McKenzie noted that the writers efficiently completed scripts for 13 episodes ahead of each season. Rosenthal was known for his preference for tightly scripted performances, discouraging improvisation, although some ad-lib lines did occasionally make it into the final cut. Actor Brad Garrett compared their scripted approach to the more improvisational style of Seinfeld. The show's iconic exterior shots were filmed at a real house located at 135 Margaret Boulevard in Merrick, New York. which was valued at approximately $500,000 as of August 2018. Fittingly, it was placed next to the fictional homes of Frank and Marie Barone at 136 Margaret Boulevard. Stylistically, Everybody Loves Raymond set itself apart from many of its sitcom contemporaries through its emphasis on authentic storytelling and real-life situations. Jeremy Stevens, a contributor to the show, explained that its uniqueness came from its refined take on traditional sitcoms. Julie Prue, president of comedy development at CBS, described it as a classic sitcom infused with elegance. Its timeless appeal was reinforced by its avoidance of pop culture references and its use of piano-heavy background music, along with a New Yorker-style font for its credits. The theme song, composed by Terry Trotter and Rick Marotta, was inspired by Woody Allen's Manhattan and was largely improvised, further enhancing the show's sophisticated tone. Though the setting was modest, the show explored emotionally complex storylines that resonated with adult viewers. According to the Sitcom Reader 2016, SUNY Press, the series was part of a 1990s trend toward content focus on older audiences, prioritizing the lives of adults rather than children. During the show's second season, Ray Romano discussed the difficulty of creating a family-centered show that incorporated mature humor. Drawing from his personal experiences, including anxiety attacks, he questioned how audiences would respond to a lead character who was a father struggling with emotional issues. This desire to focus on adult themes led to a conscious effort to minimize the presence of child characters. Romano even joked, "I do not wish to be overshadowed by toddlers, as I already experience this dynamic at home." The show's material, rooted in Romano's stand-up routines, reflected the perspective of a loving but overwhelmed father seeking independence. TV critic Joanna Ostro praised Everybody Loves Raymond for exploring the complexities of familial relationships, including sibling rivalries and marital tensions. The series also subtly addressed the struggles of middle-aged, sports-obsessed men from the baby boomer generation as they came to terms with adulthood and responsibility. Syndication and global reach. On December 20th, 1998, WPX New York and KTLA Los Angeles, both owned by Tribune Broadcasting, acquired the syndication rights from King World and HBO's IMA Entertainment. The deal, valued between $90,000 and $100,000 per week, included 1.5 minutes of barter advertising. Although reruns were initially planned for fall 2000, their debut was postponed to fall 2001 to avoid overlap with other syndicated sitcoms. The agreement lasted 4.5 years and extended rerun broadcasts through the fall of 2004. Cable network TBS also acquired the syndication rights beginning January 26, 1999, maintaining the show in syndication until 2016. During this period, it was available on most local U.S. stations. After its TBS run ended in 2021, the show moved to TV Land. In Canada, Everybody Loves Raymond is broadcast on CMT and Deja Vu, while in the UK, it is aired regularly on Channel 4, Comedy Central, and currently on TV Gold. Warner Brothers International handled the show's global distribution, while King World managed U.S. off-network syndication until CBS television distribution took over in 2007. Notably, CBS retained only the American syndication rights, while Warner Brothers and HBO controlled all international rights. The show was included in Channel 4's breakfast programming in the UK, airing every morning as a two-part series, a tradition that continues as of 2024. In Australia, it previously aired on Fox Classics, Comedy Central, and 10 Peach, while in India it was broadcast on the Ramdi Now channel. Home media and streaming. HBO released a complete series on DVD across Regions 1, 2, and 4. The Region 4 complete box set launched on August 13, 2008. The first 5 seasons were reissued in 2006 in slimmer packaging for the Australian market. From 2009 to 2012, North American releases also adopted standard-sized DVD cases. Additionally, the first season was released on VHS on September 14, 2004. One notable inclusion was a previously unaired episode Marie's Sculpture, which appeared in the Season 6 DVD set, almost 5 years after that season ended. Until its removal on September 1, 2016, all episodes were also available for streaming on Netflix. Today, the series remains accessible on various streaming platforms and continues to find new audiences around the world. Critical reception and cultural impact. Critics have long praised Everybody Loves Raymond for its blend of smart humor, emotional depth, and authenticity. Through its production discipline, heartfelt performances, and timeless storytelling, the show carved out a special place in television history. Its legacy continues not only through syndication and streaming, but in the hearts of fans who relate to its portrayal of everyday family life with all its quirks, conflicts, and love. Reviews. Everybody Loves Raymond has been praised as a quintessentially honest sitcom that strikes a perfect balance between humor and heartfelt storytelling. The show delves into the genuine conflict that arises within families, portraying them as flawed yet deeply connected. Its characters are among the most well-defined in television history. Debra, played by Patricia Heaton, stands apart from typical sitcom mothers with a no-nonsense attitude toward Raymond's behavior, while Marie, brought to life by Doris Roberts, possesses a darker, manipulative edge reminiscent of Livia from The Sopranos. The show also earned acclaim for its technical execution, particularly in mastering the challenging four-camera, live-audience format that defines traditional sitcoms. In a 1997 review, Bruce Fretz even declared that Raymond might be the best sitcom on television at the time. Betsy Wallace praised the series for its stellar ensemble cast and its insightful plot lines that address universal insecurities, such as aging and self-doubt, while Plugged-In noted that the script remained sharp and relevant even after 7 years, successfully introducing new characters into the ever-evolving family dynamic. Brad Garrett's performance, in particular, has been consistently highlighted as a standout, contributing significantly to the show's humor and emotional high points. With its strong writing, nuanced characters, and authentic depiction of family life, Everybody Loves Raymond continues to resonate with audiences, earning both critical acclaim and enduring fan loyalty.